This is it. The greatest moment in Machinima history. We are bringing you our top picks of the best Halo Machinimas that featured in this season of Machinima Weekly. 16 Machinimas were nominated by the Machinima Union staff, and yours truly created the top 10. Being talked about in a weekly is one thing, but only the best make it here. This is your big break, people. You make it here, you make it anywhere. This is your one-way ticket to the big screen. Everyone's gonna know your name. You won't even be able to go to a restaurant with your family without being noticed. So I welcome you, winners, to immortality. Now, let's get started.
Number 10, The Elite Sword by Leoric.
Lord!
This charming little comedy got a few chuckles out of me. It's beautifully shot and paced as it tells a story about an elite whose energy sword gets stuck in a tree. There's not much else to say as it's brilliantly simple, making it our number 10 spot. Number 9, Consequences, Episode 1, The Betrayal by BTA Production.
Come on, catch him already.
God damn, you're fast as hell.
Thank God, it took you ages.
Don't be lying there in the dirt like nothing. Get up, now.
This short pilot wastes no time in establishing an easy-to-grasp setting, supported by a narrated montage. Every scene is well-paced as it introduces you to two partnered mercenaries that are clearly underdogs, as they try to survive this lawless world. It accomplishes so much in 6 minutes without feeling too short. I guarantee it's enough to make you interested in seeing more. A great introduction to a new series. Number 8, Pinhead by Regicide Creations.
The city sure keeps its namesake. Shithole City. I am Pinhead, protector of said shithole.
This short, dark comedy is, well, it's funny. It has a charm to it that separates it from the rest, a charm that probably wouldn't be there if it weren't for the incredible and hilarious voice acting for Pinhead. The humor was well executed, and a lot of it happened unexpectedly. It was goofy at times and a little fucked up at others. Quite a strange film. Why did this make the list? Number 7, Odyssey, Volume 1, Chapter 3, The Way Forward by Blue Flame Studios. I really like this film because of its unique storytelling. The cinematography and set design is amazing, but there's no dialogue. Instead, the characters' thoughts and words are displayed as subtitles, and so I got to know these characters and their interactions, but without a voice to associate them with. It's interesting. And the simplicity and slow pacing gives you time to read the subtitles and to look around and appreciate the awesome maps that were forged for this. Number 6, The Garden of Eden by Outer Shadow.
Commander, we're here. All systems are nominal. Stealth systems are engaged. We are running silent.
Commence a flyby, but keep your distance. Scan for potential drop zones, then circle around Arden's moon and bring us up into position. From there, we can deploy our drop pods.
Aye, aye, Commander.
This is a great science fiction. At 50 minutes, it tells the story from beginning to end with giant spaceships, alien technology, and the impending threat of humanity. Ugh. I had like a burp trying to escape during that line. I really enjoyed watching this film as it made good use of a lot of popular science fiction story elements. It's clear that a lot of time and effort went into creating this masterpiece, and I appreciate seeing it rolled into one big chunk, as opposed to a bunch of short episodes spread over a long period of time. Number 5. Sin, Episode 1 by Tomato Studios.
What do you got?
Poor bastard's fucking dead. That's what I've got.
Recognize him?
Not with a bullet through his face.
Is he really one of Tyson's?
Well, I'll be fucked if I know, James. Just call it on in. I'm gonna go make sure that nobody contaminates the area.
This crime mystery drama centered around 2 investigators does a great job establishing a plot and developing characters through dialogue. There's a lot of atmosphere in this film, with the use of ambience tracks, rain, and background characters, helping to create a more believable environment. I was very impressed with the writing, and it reminded me of Zed's Delinquent Pair, as they both focus on realistic dialogue and intense one-on-one scenes. Number 4. River, Episode 1, Shallow Beginnings by Farsight Studio.
Years ago, the government collapsed and street gangs rose to power. Since then, life has been awful. Families live off the scraps they can scavenge, militias control all food and water going in and out of the city. Private military own one half of the city, street thugs the other. 3 weeks ago, my sister was stolen from me after she was raped by members of the Departed.
River is efficient in establishing its gritty setting through narration and exposition, generating an engaging and straightforward plot that follows a character with a clear and relatable motive. The story is well structured and sets itself up for, well, pretty much anything it wants to become. The camera work was phenomenal. It all felt natural and focused on just the right things. It was done so well, at first I didn't even notice, because there wasn't a single shot that bothered me. Number 3. Theta, Episode 2, Phase 1, It's Been a Long Time, by Theta Web Series.
Afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
The CDHP sent out a mass warning to all settlements of a nearby sector. Some dangerous outlanders are on the run, or something like that.
No reason to fret, then. This place is far from civilization, low on resources, and below 0 degrees on a good day. No warm-blooded creature would ever come here by choice.
This is a science fiction series that centers around a team of soldiers dealing with the threat of a powerful alien race on the last human planet. The cinematography is simply excellent, and there were a lot of interesting shots. I also appreciated the good use of some effects that made the first scene very exciting to watch and caught my attention for the rest of the episode. This film in particular brings us back to the characters we got to know in the first episode, with that wicked first scene to set up the stage for what's to come. A lot of focus is put into the villains in this episode, as it appears to be just as important to develop their side of the story as it is for the protagonists. Very exciting to see how this series will continue. Number 2. The Professional, Episode 2 by Halo Collective.
I actually also have another creation I made on this map. It's meant to be like a beach, complete with sand.
I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough, and it gets everywhere.
Fuck off.
So, we start with pistols and try to find weapons to blow each other up before the other people blow us up?
Pretty much.
Sounds solid. When do we start?
When I say go.
Alright, waiting for you.
Go!
Ah, what the fuck?
To put it simply, The Professional is a hilarious comedy series about 3 Halo players who end up in a matchmaking game with an MLG tryhard. In the second episode, he comes back for a rematch. This episode is a huge leap from the first one and has some of the most well-timed shots and dialogue I've ever seen. It is absolutely hilarious and all of the jokes are well delivered. This is a comedic masterpiece and a satire outlook on the gaming community. It's great to see new comedy machinimas coming out that are about players and the game itself, like the old days of Phil, matchmaking, and pre-game lobby to name a few. Very excited to see this type of humor continue. Before we get to my number 1 pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
So we're ODSTs, right? Orbital Drop Shot Troopers. Actually, it's Orbital Drop Shock Troopers. That doesn't sound right. That doesn't make any sense.
Dude, what the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck?
Hands on your knees!
What?
Skylar, let's take cover.
They promised so much. They were young and offered something new. Something we had never seen before.
Master, why not just flood the Canadians with water instead? If the ocean were to suddenly turn into syrup, the UNSC would definitely monitor it closely, which would not allow us to set up the earthquake machine.
Killbot, activate AK function.
Husk kissing mode activated. Master, your plan is foolproof and has no flaws.
Number 1. The Idea, Breathe, by Legendary Gaming Squad. Words cannot express how much I enjoyed this film, but it's my job, so here's some words. Without any dialogue or subtitles, this film is a great example of show, don't tell. Every shot is there for a reason, and you can learn a lot about this world. Its pacing forces you to slow down and think. The visuals and sounds engage you into the silent protagonist's dark world. You witness what he witnesses, and it makes you think as it makes him think. It inspires you as it inspires him, and like creative minds are in a world full of wrong, they imagine doing right, and so the protagonist entertains these fantasies and it gives him an idea. At least that's my interpretation of it. Your journey may be different. A fantastic piece that I'm so glad I saw. And there you have it, the top 10 Machinimas mentioned in Season 1 of Machinima Weekly. But it was really hard making this list, as they were all so good in their own respects. I mean, there's a great crime drama, a great sci-fi, a great action-adventure, a great comedy, a great experimental, and then there's Pinhead. What I'm trying to say is, all of you did an excellent job, and everyone here at MU loved to watch and talk about these films, and we wouldn't exist without this awesome community of storytellers. And quite the variety, too. I really encourage you guys to check out a few, if not all of the Machinimas on this list. A link to the playlist will be in the description below. Well, that's all my time here. I am Pickleman from Pickleman Machinima, and I'll see you guys next season.